Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sonic Adventure Era Marathon 2024. We're here now, coming towards the crescendo, that's a good word, of the Sonic Robo Blast 2 block. We've got Karp coming up with a Sonic Robo Blast 2 Metal Sonic any percent run, and we've actually had a donation from the man who was just commentating, Lemon himself, who chips in with $15. No comment, no nothing. But yeah, always appreciated. Thank you, Lemon. Very much so. Me and Karp were just talking about, we were expecting some money from you soon. It was just a matter of time. We said, it's common knowledge that Lemon is very used to donating $200. So we look forward to that. It's one of your more known traits. But there we go. For the time being, let's enjoy this Sonic Robo Blast 2 Metal Sonic run, and let's pass it on over to Karp himself, and we'll get things going. And we should be live.
Alright, hello everyone and welcome back for some more SRB2. My name is Karpnado and I'm going to be taking you through the Metal Sonic any percent. Not quite as fast as what Grinder did in the last run, but I'm going to try. I'm going to come close hopefully. But yeah, this is Metal Sonic. I'm going to give a little bit of a rundown just before we go in because, as soon as I hit play, this game just starts, There's no downtime. So Metal Sonic's got two abilities. The main one we use to get speed is called the overdrive. If you're just moving in any general direction and it's like a fluid motion, you're not like suddenly braking, suddenly turning or whatever, you'll gain this overdrive until you start glowing this like orange. And then once you're glowing, you'll only gain speed once you start running on the ground. And then you'll gain speed all the way up until you have this like white trail coming out of the back of you. And once that's coming, you're in stage 2 overdrive. That's the fastest you can be going. And as you're gaining overdrive, you also gain an increased jump. So it's quite a good like tool for speedrunners, basically. Just keeping your momentum going, keeping that speed, and you get these nice benefits. And the other ability it combos really well is the hover. The hover, you just start gliding, but you'll never gain overdrive while you're hovering. So you're going to see like at some points I'm going to be like tapping the hover just so I can gain a little bit of that overdrive and keep some speed. And yeah, with that we can jump straight into it. So here we go. 3, 2, 1 and go. Alright, so green flower, I'm going to do 2 revs there. I'm going to just keep this little momentum going. You get a little bit of overdrive there for those speed shoes, and we can just start rolling here. Gonna try and do the slope jump. Oh, not quite. That's unfortunate. But it would have been nice. Yeah, it's quite hard to do. I just wanted to try it for the run, but it's like frame perfect. So, and there's like 1,000,001 objects in the way. So here we go. We're going into green flower 2. It's not quite as speedy because we're going to be going up, so we're going to be stopping a lot. But here we're going to go grab the whirlwind shield. The whirlwind shield combos really well with Metal Sonic, actually. It's just super nice, and we're going to hopefully get good use out of it at the end of the stage. Now I'm going to take advantage of the fact that we do not gain speed while in the air I was going to say to try and slow down there to hit that mini slope, but it's okay, we got the backup. You can just kind of like jump into that waterfall there and you'll just sort of go up, so it's a really nice backup, but you do lose a bit of speed from slowing down beforehand, so it is what it is. Alright, and here's Eggman. Unfortunately, this boss isn't very nice to Metal Sonic. He can go up on those edges at the side there and we can't hit him. It's just like slightly higher than Metal Sonic's jump height, but we managed to get a nice 13 seconds, which is definitely what we want. 12 and 13, very nice for this boss. And we're going into Techno Hill 1. So Techno Hill 1, we're going to be basically with a speed shoot the entire level. So here we're going to go up this slope, grab this, I'm going to try and keep my momentum. It didn't quite work, of course. Why would it? And here we go, we're going to try and gain a little bit of overdrive here. Not too much, just to get a little bit of extra jump height for these 2 jumps. And there we go. We're kind of cruising right now. Going to gain a little bit more overdrive on those springs. And yeah, we're going to pick up another pair of speed shoes just now. And this is going to help us with this tricky jump here. Ah, I didn't quite hit the slope right. Everything else went pretty well though. Okay, that's fine. And where are we going? What's happening? Whoa, whoa, whoa! He picked up the emerald token. What's this? This is a huge callback to Mr. Lemon, who in a Caesar event, for no reason whatsoever, picked up this emerald token and I think won his race. Insane. So here we go. 1 emerald %. And we're going to see, this is the Knights Inspired special stage. We can kind of just slope up this little floor. It's pretty funny. And here we go. Going to try and loop these spheres to us. Hopefully that's enough. That's not. Let's go. I'm so good at that. Wow. Ah, it's nice when it works. Yeah, you can kind of, you don't have to go as far over as I'm going to try and, oh, I'm not getting it at all. Oh my god. I am so sorry, people. Yeah, you don't actually have to go like super far over to get this. I just got unlucky. Something to do with the sector, you can just sort of grab it a lot earlier, but I just did it wrong. It's a bit perfect, you know, it is what it is. Oh no, Emily, it was intended, don't worry. Alright, and here we go. We've got the 1 emerald powering up the run. I wish we had an emerald to power up how well I did that special stage, but it's okay. And then we're going into Techno 2. And if we... oh, not quite. If we timed that well, we could have like just slid under there without losing any speed, but it is what it is. So here we're going to go up this slope, keep some overdrive here, and if we can keep this going around this 2 corners. Oh. I was going to say, it usually guarantees that we'll make this cycle, but it's a bit unsure. So this stage is sort of ran on some cycles that are like 5-second intervals, starting from 3 seconds. I think we've just missed it, unfortunately, but it's okay. So we're going to pick up this whirlwind shield, go to this end section with these pistons. Going to get this nice little jump off of here. The momentum just picked us up a little bit so we can make it. And here we go, just at the end. It's 108, which is the sort of second fastest cycle. Unless you're kind of crazy, you can actually get a sub 1 minute here, but to do so you have to do some crazy strats. So yeah, it is what it is. So we're going to do some spins just to hit this guy a little bit earlier. Because again, Metal Sonic has a bit of a slow acceleration, unfortunately. He sort of struggles with the bosses. But that's okay. There is one boss coming up that he's just really, really good at. He doesn't really slow down at all. And then here we go. So Grinder at the end of his run was talking about the step up mechanic. We're going to see that kind of in reverse, where we're going to... I was going to say we're going to try and slope up that ceiling with the hover. Unfortunately, didn't quite get it. If you like hit a wall that's slanty like that upwards, and then you hit strafe in the opposite direction, for some reason you'll start sloping upwards. It's kind of funny. But we do that twice in the run, so we're going to see that at the start of the next level. I'll point it out when it happens. It's pretty funny. But yeah. Oh, god, that guy's hitbox is massive. Okay, so here we go. Hit this button, and we're going to do a 4 spin. Just glide on over to the end, and there we go. Now for Deep Sea 2, just to be safe, I like to charge 6 spins here at the start. And then we do a little glide here, and that gives me just enough speed to sort of speed along. Now you actually have to like reduce some of your speed there, because if you're glowing at all, then you'll just start running on the water, and you don't really want that there. Alright, and here's the second one. We're just gonna zoop. Pretty funny, it just like launches us up in the air. And then here we're going to go to the gargoyle puzzle. If you're struggling with this, it sucks, but we can just push them from the left-hand side and they'll always move. Yeah, the gargoyles are pretty awkward, kind of like generally, because unfortunately there's these invisible walls that just kind of keep them in place. And speaking of keeping our speed, I had to lose speed there as well, just so we didn't run underwater. Unfortunately, Metal has to deal with that with this stage, but he still has a pretty good time here. And I'm going to try and get a little bit of overdrive. Okay, we just barely kept it. It's not how that's supposed to go, but okay. And that lets us do this end section a lot faster. Going to jump into the water, and that is the stage done. Going into the boss. I'm pretty sure some people have talked about the boss. We didn't get to see that on the last run, though. We didn't get to see that on the last run. The shadow wasn't gone, but in this one it is. Yeah, it used to be actually a, I guess, bug, but only for the software renderer OpenGL, it would show you where this boss was going to spawn, and it's gone now, and we don't know why. That was a bit scary. Okay, so yeah, the way it operated, it almost looked intentional, but it is what it is. We just have to deal with RNG. But just a reminder that you could get like sub 20s on this stage really consistently. Never forget what they took from us. All right, so here we're going to do a very big jump. Go on over, and then here we're going to get an even bigger jump. That looks like it's, yeah, that's definitely making that. Oh, had to jump there. Oops. Alright, unfortunately missing the spin there, but we're going to go for this launcher, and I think that might just be short. Yeah, gonna have to drop down and hit the spring. Oh. Can we save it? Yes. Okay. Not quite how that is supposed to go. And here we go, coming up to the end section. If you're really good, you can do a jump there, and you can just sort of like keep your overdrive. But it's really hard to do, and I don't get how gamers do that. So we're just gonna take it like casually. Although I should have still kept the overdrive. Alright, here we're going to go. We're holding right instead of forwards, just so we can avoid this invisible wall that we were aiming at, and... Oh, no! Damn it. Okay. Gonna have to do this a little bit normally. 129, not quite what you want to hit there, but it's okay. And here we're going to go Castle Eggman 2. This is one of the faster stages for Metal Sonic. You just kind of go speeding. And yeah, we're going to pick up some speed shoes just after this cycle that we barely make it under. Let's go. Hit these speed shoes. Crash into this windshield. And we're going to pick up the other set of speed shoes because we are a coward. Yeah, there's some runners who can do this stage with one set of speed shoes, and what they're basically trying to do is keep Metal's overdrive to the state where it gets to stage 2, and then keep that speed through the level. But it's very hard because you have to do some really advanced strats, some strats that we're not actually going to see with Metal in this this run. But to explain them really quickly, if you're like hovering, you can kind of stop pretty well while keeping your overdrive, but there's a way to slow down while on the ground where you keep like mashing W, and that's kind of tricky. I don't understand how people do that as well as they do it. But yeah, that's kind of tough. So not going to be seeing that in this run. So here we go. This is the boss that like everyone likes because it's got no RNG, and I don't want to hear any actuallys that the guys in the crowd have foam hands. So here we go. Coming up to the last. Oh, didn't quite get my spin there, but it's all right. All right, wait for this spike to pass by. Charge some spins here. Hit this spring, and we're gonna get some overdrive. Can gain a little bit more so that we can just crash into him right at the end here, and he's gone. Alright, and here we go. If you hold the spin button here on those pulleys, you do not even grab them, you just sort of phase through them. It's really useful actually. A lot of characters can benefit from that. Sonic, I think, most of all. Yeah, it's just really nice when you don't want to like lose all your momentum. And yeah, thankfully Metal doesn't really have a hard time here. If you do this strat, I should point out that Metal Sonic does actually have strats here. There's like a bottom route he can take where he does this like slope jumping and stuff. Very hard. Runners don't generally go for it. But it's, yeah, it's it's like a few seconds faster. Alright, here we go, getting that spin jump here, and here we go, cruising. Gonna try and get a little bit more height from overdrive here. Oh no! He just fell. Where was the jump? Oh, that sucks. Well, we're not quite gonna get the jump that we wanted to get, but it's okay. We're gonna just slow down a little bit coming up to here. If we had the extra height, we could have landed up on that higher platform and taken the whirlwind, but I don't think we had enough height there, so I wasn't gonna risk it. And we do a little jump there because it's actually faster than just taking the minecart down the slope, as weird as that is. And yeah, now we're in the minecart, and unfortunately, I am not Vibes Turfs. Unfortunately, he did not submit to this marathon. So, I don't get to do 3 jumps that are absolutely for madmen. But I can do 1 jump that's for madmen. And that's good enough. And yeah, if any donations have come in, by the way, or any info about the event as I prep this jump for the people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No donations that have come in at the moment, but of course, if you want to come on and get involved with contributing towards the cause that we're supporting here throughout this marathon, Extra Life in support of Children's Miracle Network Hospitals, then you can use the !donate command in chat and follow that link and help us try and raise $500, which we're less than $150 away from now. So any and all donations would be awesome. And I saw you got For the People. So, hey, let's raise money for the people.
Exactly. Oh my god, I almost got like yeeted off the stage there. This boss is awful. We kind of want him to be on like either that middle one or the bottom platform because we can't really challenge him very well because of those bombs. Yeah, the tail hitbox of Fang is enormous, and when he spawns the bombs, it like covers the top half of his body for like a brief moment, and this huge hitbox. It's just so annoying. So 36 is alright there though. Alright, here we go. This, everyone says this is like Metal Sonic stage. Metal Sonic gets to go absolutely cruising here if you do it right. If you do it right. Very hard though. So, let's hopefully do it for the people. But yeah, this is a really hard stage, honestly. So we're going to try and get the stage 2 overdrive just here, and that gives us the height for this jump, which lets us go over here and prep for this huge spring skip. And we barely slow down, so we keep the overdrive, and we're kind of still cruising. No! Oh, that's a shame. It was just barely there. No, okay. That one was my fault. I wanted to time that so that I could get a little bit of the overdrive back for the next section, but it just didn't pan out. Oh well, unfortunate, but it was still a really good first half. And here we're gonna pick up an extra life, you know, just reminding you of the charity, hey, and ending this stage with a 123, which is alright, considering. Alright, here we go. We're gonna try and get 2 frame perfect jumps here. We failed, nice. But they're very hard, okay, obviously, frame perfect. When we say that, by the way, I know a lot of people are probably like, how many frame perfects does this game have? This game runs at like 35 FPS, so there's going to be like a lot of tricks that are like that. And they're obviously a bit easier to hit than like other games with frame perfect tricks. Oops. It's kind of like in, you know, when in Ocarina of Time and it runs at like 20 FPS, it's kind of like that, you know, it's not like free, but it's a lot easier than I think people might realize. Anyway, we soft logged. Let's go! What a good game! Yeah, so Zoom tubes, I wish they were real. Yeah, it just didn't register that I was there, and if you fall down that hole, you just sort of die. You can't get out. It's great. What a game. I don't know why I've played this game for so long. Yeah, legit soft lock there. If you had one life, you'd have had to exit the game and come back out. This is kind of why we're playing on the mode live event backup though, so if we did have to quit out for whatever reason, we can resume from the level we were on. Okay, we're going to try and get this slope jump here. Wow, this platform pushes us up. Oops, that didn't quite work. Nice. And we're going to try and... Ah, that's unfortunate. Okay, if we kept the overdrive there, we could have got a very nice cycle, but it's alright, it's alright. Yeah, so there's like a 21-second cycle here. Oh, never mind, we got it anyway. So, yeah, I was gonna say, you get this like crazy speed and you always hit the cycle, but we hit it anyway. Oh, I tried to get a frame perfect trick there. If you jump there, it's really swag and saves like a second. Alright, here we go. You can hear the laser in the other room. We're just barely gonna miss it as we go around this laser gate. I think if we had overdrive there, we could have just slipped through those lasers, but the way it pans out, we basically do not have overdrive there, so we just learned to go around that gate. And here we go, just kind of hoping we don't fall through there. I'm sure a lot of people have played Sonic games, like classic games, where you jump too close to an edge and it like puts you under the platform. Oops. That was a bit unfortunate. Yeah, but anyway, there's a jump like that there. There's like a tiny gap, and if you jump too close to it, you'll just spin. So don't do that. And yeah, so we were trying to get this skip earlier. Unfortunately, we got crushed because I think I miscounted. You're supposed to charge like at least 4 revs. And yeah, it like saves a cycle, or it can save a cycle. I don't think it saved a cycle for us though. but it's like this thing they added into multiplayer so that when you're when one person goes up in the elevator, other people can still get through. Alright, here we go. Still looking good though. Yeah, we got Yoko Skip. That's pretty swag. It's really hard as Metal Sonic, honestly. Don't know if you've noticed. Alright, here we go. Going into Black Core 1. Coming up to the end of the game. This is the last zone of the game. So we're just gonna charge a spin here and we're gonna try our best to keep this, but it's very, very difficult and I don't quite imagine we will, but we're gonna try this jump. Yeah. We still get enough height to get the speeches though, which is okay. There, by the way, as soon as you get the overdrive, you kind of want to hold backwards, because if you're going too fast there, you're going ridiculously fast. It's hard to control. It feels really weird. Okay, here we go. We're just sort of chilling here and we're going to hit this spring. And if we hover just as we hit the spring... I didn't do it. There we go. If we hover just as we hit the spring, it will keep our speed. And who was that handsome fellow we saw at the start of the stage? Well, it was us, of course. Yes, it's Metal Sonic versus Metal Sonic. This is the stage you would have had to have beaten originally to get this character unlocked. And yeah, at the time, you know, before we the SRB2 community sort of gave this guy any attention, yeah, like no one was really running this character, but it's crazy how much like you can do and how tailored I guess it is for speedrunning. So yeah, definitely worth a shot. And even if you're watching this and you're like, wow, those strats you went for were like ridiculously fast, you've got to remember that his hover and stuff, they're good like safety mechanics. So even like as just a casual player or whatever, you're gonna have a good time with Metal, because it's, you don't have to be going super fast, but it's like built for more so going fast. Alright, so here we go. It's the last desperation phase. He's just like dashing at us. We're trying to get him into the corners because, you know, it's faster triangles and all that. And here we go. Coming up towards the end of the fight here. He's trolling us a little bit. Okay. You can kind of like just back up infinitely and it's very annoying. But here we go. We've got this far with 1 emerald, just as a reminder. Oh yeah, 200 emerald emblems, by the way. Don't know why the rest of the Discord's not done that. I thought you were dedicated fans, Kappa. I'm joking.
If I can just quickly chime in because we have a donation you may want to hear.
Oh, let's go.
We've gotten $50 more from Lemon, who says, good luck to Karp's Brack RNG if he's still running. GG if he's done. Thanks to Say So again for featuring the best Sonic game. Let's hit that goal.
It's not a good start, but he did turn around, which is good. Yeah, this boss, unfortunately, isn't very nice to us speedrunners, but that was pretty good. Yeah, he can sort of just dance around that acid pool, like, indefinitely, unfortunately. I really wish the boss, the devs, I mean, would do something about it. But it is what it is. This game, at the end of the day, it's just a fan project. But we obviously care about it a lot, so we want to see it be the best game it can be, so we kind of want to see Brack be a little bit better. Anyway, I think we got 8 hits there, which is pretty nice. And he's a bit far away from us, but hopefully we can get him into this acid pool. Yep. Oh! Okay, that was so close. Yeah, you can hit him as he's doing that, like, lock-on attack, but I was just barely too slow. Kind of mispositioned it a lot. There we go. Final hit. GG's. We're gonna hit just over 24, it looks like. But hey ho, it was all fun, and we're all here having a good time, raising money for charity. That's what it's all about. Thanks everyone for watching. And yeah, if you've not already, definitely consider picking up this speed game, SRB2. It's free, which is a good price, I should say. Yeah, you can get it on srb2.org, and it's just, yeah, it's an amazing game. I've been playing it since I was like 13 years old. So, since the dinosaurs were alive, as some people would say. No, but seriously, it's a good game, and they keep improving it, and yeah, and also join our Discord, where you can talk more about this game and how great this run was. But that's me. I was the Karpnado, and I hope you all enjoyed the SRB2 block.
Absolutely, yeah, it was a real good time. Lots of different angles of the game, which is really cool to see. There's a lot of depth and a lot of variety to the amount of ways you can play SRB2, that's for sure. And thank you to everybody who hopped on and showed off here today. Hopefully see more of that on Sacer in the future. But yeah, thank you, Carp. That's gonna pretty much just wrap us up, because right now we've got back to the real stuff, back to the proper Sacer. Nice. Yeah. We've got Sonic Adventure DX coming up next with Zora, who's going to be playing through Fast Sonic Story. It's going to be a real fun run. But no, for real, thank you everybody for hopping on. It's been a real fun morning of Sonic SRB2 gaming and a little bit of Static's gaming too. But yeah, stick around, gamers. Carp, if you've got anything left to say before we sign off, by all means.
Yeah, you can find our Discord on the speedrun.com page if you search up Sonic Robo Blast 2. And yeah, it's not just the main cast of this game. There's we've got a leaderboard for modded characters as well. There's infinite content in this game. I think you would enjoy. But yeah, honestly, it's a good game. I think you'll enjoy it. And it's on the Doom engine. I didn't say that. I always say that. But yeah, made in Doom Legacy. How crazy.
Yeah. Are there any fun facts about the final boss of this game relating to that?
Yeah, this Doom had this final boss, which was the Cyber Demon, and Brack is just a reskin of said Cyber Demon. That's why he's got the same missile attack and sound effect that boss had. So there you go.
Wow. All right, well.
Yeah, see you for some statics.
We'll be back shortly, gamers. Don't go anywhere. Take care.